Hello everybody, it's week 22 in Germany. We got some new scenery today. We'll go over that in just a little bit, but first we're going to start out by last Thursday. I headed down to Reutlingen to meet up with Dawn and Zach. We were going on a hiking excursion through the Black Forest.
What's up, guys? Hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. We're about, it does. Would you like to say something?
Not really.
No. We're enjoying a great day, hiking around. Where are we at? Baden-Württemberg?
We are in Bad
Some podunk state of Germany.
Listen, it's gonna be great.
Can only be better than expected.
Yeah, so we were in Bad Urich, where we were going to hike up to this waterfall here. The rain was it wasn't the best conditions. Dawn had her umbrella and Zach had his raincoat. We were keeping it as dry as we could. It was quite foggy and wet out, and then we got all the way up to the top, and here you can see the waterfall from the top. Pretty cool stuff. Just make sure you don't jump. After the waterfall, we then continued on our way to this castle. It used to be prison, and now it's just a place that you can go hike up to. But look at the beautiful view, and there's the waterfall that we just hiked from. And look at all the fog. It was pretty foggy outside, and it wasn't really doing my GoPro any good. And it was also raining quite a bit. Not the most favorable conditions, but it was still pretty fun. And who the hell is that guy? Can we get him out of the frame, please? Thank you. And as we pan down and over one last time, overlooking this castle, look at all of the snow flurries. It actually ended up snowing at one point, but that didn't stop Dawn from dancing on the edge of the world.
Wow.
After our hiking excursion, we then wanted to find a place that we could warm up and grub up. We found a nice little place down in the town where I got a delicious schnitzel and a hot cocoa. Scarfed that stuff down, and then we headed back to Reutlingen with a couple of beers and a bottle of wine, and we just hung out in Dawn's dorm, the three of us, till later that night. Next morning, woke up fairly early, had some pancakes because I had to be in Tübingen to catch a Mittwoch-Gelegenheit to Berlin, where I was meeting Mike Haupt.
Hello, Governor.
So how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing pretty good.
Dude, I know how you're doing. I've been living with you for the last week. Saturday morning, although I've already seen it, Mike and I went to the Topography of Terror, and it's a good thing because we ended up meeting Colin there by coincidence.
These assholes here. Flabbergasted. We're here though, in fucking Berlin. Out of nowhere.
Fucking Berlin.
No coordination.
Berlin.
Whatsoever.
Nope.
About to get crazy tonight.
So after the Topography of Terror, we went to another museum, and Mike, do you want to explain a little bit about that?
That was called Tränenpalast, and it was about families that got split up by the wall.
It was pretty good. It was a little small. We got through it in about like 20 minutes. It was actually kind of interesting because it was on Friedrichstrasse, which was a border station between East and West Germany.
But it was free fitty.
And it was free fitty.
Yeah.
Gotta love that free fitty. After the museum, we went back to Friedrichstrasse after dinner, and we were going to go to this one bar that I wanted to go to, but it ended up being too full, so we just decided to grab some Späti beers and roam Berlin. And it was actually kind of interesting because we just stumbled across some more stuff. There was an old apartment building that got turned into like this artist squatters area, and it used to be a club, right, or something like that, and then it got shut down. And then we actually found another bar that we went to the first time we came to Berlin.
We were trying to figure out which stop it was at because we wanted to go there again, and then we just
happened to stumble. It was just there. It was pretty kind of random. Good stuff. After that, though, we just continued to walk around. We ended up going all the way back to Alexanderplatz, where we decided to have some fun underneath the Berliner Fernsehturm. So, Mike, what's going on, homie?
Not much is going on. We're just walking around Berlin.
That's right, there's trampolines underneath the Fernsehturm. Didn't know that. That's awesome.
Another Spielplatz.
On Sunday, Mike and I decided to go to this natural gas storage facility that was turned into a bunker during World War II. And that night, we just decided to keep it chill, listen to vinyl, and drink some beers.
Videoception.
On Monday, it was absolutely gorgeous out. Mike and I decided to take a train ride out to Spree Park. which was an amusement park in East Germany during the Cold War. Now, unfortunately, it was all gated off and closed off, but we could still see through and over the fences. It was actually kind of creepy, but really, really cool. This is a place I wanted to go before I even decided I came up here. It was right on the Spree River, which was absolutely gorgeous, and Mike and I even did a little bit of geocaching, which is like urban treasure hunting, and then we saw this really cool building. After Spree Park and just kind of wandering around the east side of Berlin, then we decided to meet up with Pat down in the Kreuzberg area for a brew or two. Pat is another PPPler that lives in Berlin. We kind of wanted to hang out with him, and we actually met up some really cool people at that bar. They just started like talking to us. One guy was from Texas. Yep. And then there was some other. Yep. And then there was.
Kind of.
And then kind of. Then there were some other PPPlers aside from Pat that we were going to try and meet up with. And on the way to meeting up with them, we went punk. We actually did meet up with the other PPPlers. Again, what was it like around free? I don't honestly remember where we were. We were following at that point. We weren't exactly leading.
We were followers.
Yeah, but we actually did end up meeting all the other PPPlers. So it was all good to see all of them, and we had a pretty good night.
Yep.
And it wasn't even New Year's yet.
Yeah.
Which was the next day.
Yeah.
So Clara and I went downtown to meet some of the other PPPlers that were meeting. There was like 20 people all in Berlin. We were all trying to meet up. So we were going to meet in front of the Brandenburger Tor, but that was kind of like touristy. So we thought, hey, second best, might as well meet in front of the Reichstag. You know, they're sending us to be over here. We might as well party 2014 on the way in, right in front of their front lawn. It was really cool because there was a big open plot area, and then Mike decided to leave the group for some dinner. And why don't you explain what happened after that, Mike?
So, two others and I decided to go to Hauptbahnhof for some food and some gloves. We found food, was on our way back, only to find out that all the entrances were now blocked off by the Polizei. We thought we were going to outsmart them by, just going to the next station, getting off. We ended up walking through some pretty sketch woods. We end up kind of close to there, and then it's blockaded again. I don't know what we were thinking. I mean, it's the city of controlling people.
You thought that they wouldn't have figured out that people would have tried to go around, but unfortunately they did. I, however, was inside of the wall with a couple of other people. It was actually a really good spot. That's the Reichstag right there. We were literally right in front of the Reichstag, the Capitol Parliament building, watching fireworks on New Year's Eve, and there's the Brandenburger Tor. It was pretty fun. After the fireworks, then they let the gates down, and we went inside nearby the Brandenburg Tor, where there's this huge rave party. And this is what next morning looked like.
There's the aftermath from yesterday. This is what happens when millions of people buy fireworks and light them off. Yep. Broken bottles, trash, fireworks. I hate to be the guy who has to clean this up. No shit. I'm pissed.
Yesterday, Mike and I went up to Teufelsberg, which is up on the top of this hill just outside of the city. It looks like they also had a party last night. Teufelsberg used to be a USA spy station back during the Cold War. Now it's just an abandoned area. And then this guy decided to parasail down off the top of the hill. So after Teufelsberg, we ended up getting some pretty good pizza at a pizza place on the west side. And then we met up with some of your guys' friends, right?
Yeah, we met up with a few friends of mine that I met in Marburg when I was in Germany 2 years ago. And the sister of one of them was also there, and we got a few beers in an Irish pub.
But before that, we went to the Berliner Republik, which is pretty cool. It was called a Beer Börse, which is like a beer stock exchange, and the prices fluctuate depending on the demand for the beer. Mm-hmm. We figured it was an extremely large scam because we got screwed over.
It's like the real stock.
It's like the real stock, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. If you don't know what you're doing, you should just don't play.
Just don't try. Yeah, no. And today we went to Schloss Charlottenburg, and that was the week. So what did you think about it, Mike?
It was a pretty dang good week.
We did a lot. We saw a lot. For me, there was only like one or two things I even seen before. All of it was pretty much new to me. It just keeps getting better and better every time. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. I agree.
This is my third time, and I think this is the best time that I've been here. We should thank some people.
Nico and his roommates for letting us stay here and putting up with us for a whole week.
Yes, thank you, Nico, and your roommates.
Yep.
We love you guys, and you're coming back to Berlin. Well, we're both coming back to Berlin for our end of the year seminar.
I have 2 appointments here.
Maybe more. I wouldn't mind coming back again. It's a pretty fun city.
It is a fun city.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it. Hope everyone else had a great New Year's Eve and great holiday season. And we will see you next week. Peace out.